don't think we talk a lot about money roles in marriages. And I think this is where there can be a lot of friction because there's a lot of assumption, a lot of sometimes judgment. Like if your spouse is spending a certain way, you start to get upset because, hey, you know, you're not supposed to do that, but you haven't really talked about anything. So this is where, as the years progress, Edric assigned me to now be I am the COO, Chief Operating, is that what it is? Yeah, COO, when it comes to the money. So I manage all the budgets at present for our household, for our expenses, everything, all the bills, all of that. But he is the CIO, so he's the one that does investments. He can't worry about the day-to-day stuff. And so he turns over everything to me and I have to manage everything. And then he keeps a certain fund of that's like a non-discretionary fund. Since I manage all the budgets, then this is what we call a fun fund. So he has a little fun fund that he has for whatever. He wants to take me on a date. He doesn't have to ask from me, the fund manager, you know, for that amount, because he has his own little budget to work with. But everything, all of that has been plugged into a spreadsheet. And we have a Google spreadsheet that we share where we track our monthly expenses. And then we just did an evaluation. After 6 months, we looked at it. Oh, okay, we didn't spend as much in this area. We can adjust here, or we can add more to food, because as many of us know, we're spending a lot for food these days because that's the main expense during the pandemic, right? So that helped a lot. I think having these open conversations, the realities, right? Where I would have to be on board about how we don't have unlimited resources. So what do we have to work with? And I have to learn to adjust my own lifestyle or my own preferences and not compare, right, to other people who I know who maybe have more. And then as God gave more, now how do we be a good steward of what he has given us? And we still stick to a budget, and we make sure there's a giving fund as well, because we really believe as God gives more, how can we also be a blessing to others? And it's amazing how God has worked in our finances, because as we give, he gives more. So I think you have to talk about your roles as a husband and wife. You have to talk about, of course, what your dreams are also, what can we work towards, but what are the realities at present? And how can we give to people who are in need? And tithing. He always made sure that that was one of the first things we did was tithe. And he said, we will keep tithing more and more, not just 10%, but as God grows our income, why don't we increase our giving even to him? And I think that's been also just a blessing for me to see that has God put that in his heart to do.
Wow.
Awesome.
So convicting as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, it reminds me of the things that we should be doing too.
But just, you know, this is now, okay, we messed up a lot
Yeah.
before. So this is like in the process of marriage and learning how to be a better steward. These are the things that God has taught us. But it wasn't like at the beginning. I was terrible at budgeting. I was
How many
terrible.
years?
I would overspend, and I would say to Edric, babe, you know, I really need help. Can you pay for my credit card bill? And I had to learn. I didn't know, as a young wife who'd never budgeted anything. I had to grow in that area.
You said that he turned over to you, you know, as COO of the household and the budget. How many years did it take before he like fully?
Oh my, like maybe 15 years.
Okay.
I really was not the best with numbers and with tracking things. Maybe less, maybe the last, 14 years. 14 years before he turned it over to me. So it took a while. Yeah, I had to earn my stripes.